Greetings, seekers. It's Brooke from BrookeReadsTarot.com, coming to you from beautiful Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. This is your tarot outlook for the week beginning Sunday, September 18th, 2022. As usual, there is the possibility of profanity when I open my mouth, so my content is not intended for young audiences. So before I shuffle up, I'll kindly ask you to like, share, and subscribe on whichever platform you are joining me from. And if you enjoy our time together, please visit BrookeReadsTarot.com to book a session of your own, as well as to see a list of sites where my weekly outlooks are uploaded, and to see where you can find me on social media. So I invite you to sit with me right now and take a little time for yourself as I ask the cards what we need to know for the week upcoming. If this is the first time that you are joining me, please know that for these outlooks, I like to turn cards for past or present as well as future. That way I can see if we have any previous or currently unfolding events that are influencing the week's happenings. And if you find that nothing in this session seems to apply to you, know that tarot considers no news to be good news. So keep listening to your intuition and stay your course. But I do hope that you'll stick around and see if there is a relevant tidbit for someone that you love. So get yourself settled and say hello to my guide and doorkeeper, Fergus. I'm going to take a few breaths and open the channel. Mother Goddess, Father God, guides, guardians, ancestors, please be with me now as I have need of your knowledge of all things, past, present, and future, on behalf of those watching this transmission in a timely fashion. Please grant that I am the perfect channel. Please grant that I am the perfect receiver. Please grant that I am the perfect interpreter of your knowledge as it comes through my cards. Fergus, please open the door to any and all benevolent, loving beings and our own dearly departed who would like to contribute truthful, accurate, relevant information to this session. And lastly, please bring me to the level that you need me to be so that I may serve both the living and the dead. And so it is. All right, seekers, I am going to shuffle and cut 3 times, and I will lay 5 cards to show our past and currently unfolding influences, and then 5 more that show us what's upcoming for the week of September 18th. This is shuffle and cut number 2. And wherever you find yourself at in your day, seeker, I hope it's a good one. And this is shuffle and cut number 3. Let's see. For our past or currently unfolding influences, we are going to talk about the Fool, the Emperor, the Death card, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Now, if I remember correctly, seeker, last week we were introduced to the Death card, and it is coming up once again as a past event that is influencing the things that are coming up for you this week. Now, I'm sure you may have heard me say it before, but I will restate. When the Death card comes up for me in a tarot spread, no matter what my intuition knows, under no circumstances am I ever allowed to speak about the Death card in regards to a future prediction of someone's passing. End of story. Spirit will kick me out of the chat always and forever, and my abilities as a channel and the quality of my tarot spreads will become absolute garbage, okay? So when the Death card comes up for us, we are always, well, when the Death card comes up for us and it is talking about an actual death, this is a death that has already taken place, and it is absolutely no new news. No news, okay? Everybody knows it, all right? So, but when the Death card comes up, we are also talking about a situation, a relationship that came to a very abrupt, unchangeable final end. Okay. Again, my dad would say it was all over but the crying. Okay. So, whatever the situation was for you, is for you, if it is currently unfolding, understand that death always shows us that there is life experience and wisdom to be had. Okay. Once we're done crying about it, the wise thing to do is to examine the situation, trying not to bring the emotions back into it, all right, because we only hurt ourselves when we do that. We are as objective about this as possible. What did we learn? What can we change? What did we say? What did we do that did not serve us well in light of the difficult close of this situation? Okay, so let's come over here with this past or passing influence of the Five of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are a house of the material, the job, the real estate, the bank account, all of that. The Five of Pentacles can indicate financial hardship, but truth be told, it's very rare. We were usually asking about a very specific situation when this card comes up for one of my sitters. So mostly when the Five of Pentacles comes up for me, this is a card that says we feel like we are on the outside looking in. We are feeling worse for wear. We are tired. We feel like we are outside here, slogging away, taking the difficult path out here in the snow. And on the inside, it looks like everybody else's life is nice and tidy and that they are comfortable and that they have it together. Darling, this is a matter of perspective. Things may be tough right now, but do not assume by comparison that everyone else that you are observing has it so great. They are only showing you what they want to show you. They may be struggling just as hard as you. So your attitude about this difficulty, about this feeling like you're on the outside looking in and everyone else has it figured out, it's an absolute illusion. It's an illusion. Give yourself more credit. Absolutely give yourself more credit. And I will double down on that here with this Emperor card. Okay. The Emperor is one of the strongest personal energies to be found in the tarot. He is exactly what he sounds like. He is exactly what he sounds like. He has ownership, dominion, and rule over that which is his. Okay. There are positive qualities here for leadership and understanding, because we talk about the success of the Emperor. This is never necessarily a negative card for me. Sometimes it may talk about the negative masculine, but this is not what this is for you. This is not what this is for you. The Emperor is an illustration of the powers that you actually possess to overcome, deal with whatever it is that is represented by the Death card for you, whatever this tragic, difficult, unchangeable ending was that is leaving you feeling like worse for wear and worn out. No, no, no. Absolutely not. The Emperor shows that you have what it takes to get this handled. You have the wisdom, you have the diplomacy, you have the resources, both evidenced by the wealth that the Emperor wears and the treasure chest that death stands upon. And notice in my deck, the Emperor, not only is he robed in his garments that show his leadership, but he still has his armor on underneath. He is ready to fight, to join the battle, to ride out into the unknown if it is required. All right. You have what it takes in order to face this. Okay. Get it done. Now, let's come over here and talk about the Fool in regards to this situation that is coloring what's coming up for this week. The Fool, I never read this in a negative aspect, meaning, stupidity or ignorance or anything like that. The Fool is always about the leap of faith required in order to usher in your next chapter, your next adventure, your next path for growth. Okay, the Fool with his little knapsack here, he is as prepared as he can possibly make himself to take this journey, to strike out in this new direction. And he has the faith that what he doesn't have, or the wisdom that he doesn't own right now, he will procure, will be revealed to him as he goes along. Okay, so this difficult situation, this unchangeable ending as shown by the death card, it is also a beginning, my dear. It is always also a beginning. Okay? So do your best to shake off this tired energy. All right? It does indicate the rest that you needed after this difficulty, but it's time to get back on a horse and plot your new course. All right, things are well in alignment for you to put this squarely in the past once and for all. And what you choose to have left of it is going to be enrichment and wisdom for you if that's what you choose. If that's what you choose. All right. And we can come in here with the Six of Cups, which I believe showed itself to us in the very recent past. This is happy household. This is happy, supportive inner being, inner place. All right. The place where we lay our head is conducive to our wellness, and the people that reside here love us for the love of us. Okay. So maybe this difficulty, this death, maybe you've been laying around at home, resting, enjoying your people in order to get past it. But that's not the full answer to your recuperation. Okay? That's not the full answer to your recuperation. It's time to start moving. Start moving in an objective way to get this handled. And all of these cards together show me that whatever this difficulty is, your healing from it may benefit other people who reside in your most intimate atmosphere. Okay? A better you means a better atmosphere at home for those who share that space with you. So understand that the good that you do for yourself, when you heal yourself, when you enrich yourself, your higher self, we're not talking about the place of ego, that means that you show up as a better, more capable version of you for everyone who knows you and loves you. Okay? So get past this difficulty, gain the wisdom from it, and you just have a better you to participate with the rest of the world is. Consider it a leveling up, an enhancement of the game piece that you already have on the board. Now, coming up for the future of the week of September 18th, again, you guys see how many times my deck gets shuffled before I spread, and I have done umpteen other readings for other people, okay, since the recording of the last session, okay, last week's session. And here we've got repeats, okay? We've got some stuff here that is still ongoing, that still requires our attention. When we have cards that repeat themselves, it's because we didn't step up to the thing, we're not focusing on doing the thing, or that we let it go in one ear and out the other last time, okay? So let's get on it, babe. This Nine of Swords, the difficulties, the turmoil, the conflict that is literally keeping you up at night, all right? Some of the answers that we were seeking for that were indicated by the Two of Swords from the other week. Okay, remember that? Those difficult choices where we didn't feel like we knew enough about either one to be able to make the best choice for us. The revisit of the Hanged Man shows us that that information at this point in time now comes down to your perspective. Are you seeing that information for what it actually is? Are you allowing your fear, your emotions to contaminate the truth of it? All right. Are you not seeing it for what it is? All right. That info to mitigate this conflict, it has arrived. It has arrived, but your perspective is keeping you from allowing it to be useful to you. So again, the Hanged Man invites us to just daydream, maybe, all right? Throw off what we think we know for a hot minute and look at the situation like we were standing on our heads, okay? Maybe it means that we embrace a little bit of the absurd in order to usher in some creativity in how we are looking at this information, how we are looking at this possibility for resolution, all right, the success of this, your relief here is all going to come down to how you decide to feel about it, or excuse me, how you decide to look at it. Well, yeah, and how you decide to feel about it, because that's that's life. You'll hear me say that many times. It's the one thing that we actually have full and sovereign control over. But how you're deciding to look at this, you're perpetuating your own turmoil here, okay? Change your mind. Change your mind. It's something that we are incredibly good at, and yet our culture, our society makes it feel like you got to pick a team and you got to pick a side and you got to die on that hill. What a trap of the ego. What a bunch of bullshit. My great Aunt Nellie used to say people ought to change their minds as often as they change their drawers. And for some people, more often than that. All right. Your perspective is hindering you, my love. We have a revisit here from the Strength card, which is exactly what it sounds like. Strength and courage. You have it. You can do this. The scariest part, the worst part of whatever that trauma was from the Death card, whatever that difficult situation is, remember that the thing itself is in the past. The things that we continue to bring into our present and perhaps project outward to contaminate our future are our feelings. They are our limiting beliefs. They are impediments that we are putting in front of ourselves, and we are pulling those emotions into the present and perpetuating that pain. Remember, the worst of this has already been done. The worst of this has already been done, and how the rest of it shakes out all depends on the level of courage that you choose to exhibit. All of it is going to come down to how tall you think you can stand. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity for you to stand up to yourself. Stand up to the parts of yourself that want you to stay in this traumatic energy, that don't want you to overcome this death, this destruction, this unchangeable end. The ego keeps us from taking risks. For better or for worse, the ego is going to keep us from taking the risks that would propel us forward from the difficult circumstances that we find ourselves in. The ego makes you believe that you are surviving. Okay? You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. You have the courage. You have what this takes. Change your perspective. Now, we come in here with the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. Queens and kings are masterful, mature, wise energy, all right? The Queen of Cups shows me that you have the emotional fortitude and the emotional wisdom to handle that trauma and get past this difficult ending. The King of Wands shows me that you have the ability to do this, not just to decide to feel feelings that better support your forward movement in getting past this trauma. The King of Wands shows me that you are actually going to put your hands on this situation in a cognitive, real-time way and do this. You can do this. The power is here. It has been here all along. The Hanged Man shows you that you are as prepared as you can possibly be. This King and Queen energy also coming in here and telling me unequivocally that you have what it takes to gain this wisdom. Okay? Let this event make you smarter, make you stronger, and make you more wise. You don't have to stay in this trauma, okay? Now, we will also come in here and let's see if we can identify some dearly departed who are coming to visit, to remind us that our loved ones never leave us even though they move beyond our sight. I'm hoping perhaps that you recognize the dearly departed, a mature female that had a summertime birthday here in the Queen of Cups, and this handsome King of Wands would have been a mature male with a springtime birthday. Springtime birthday, mature male, dearly departed, and dearly departed, mature female with a summertime birthday. If you recognize one of both one or both of those as being your dearly departed, say, I love you and I miss you. Please show me something that only you and I would understand. And then stay tuned to your environment to watch the loving, supportive signs show themselves. All right, my darling, that was a lot. It looks like you've got a lot to do, but you can do it. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. And that courage card shows me that you have an absolute right to believe in you as well. But that seems to be all for now. I give my thanks to all who lovingly sat with me today. May we have the good sense to pay attention to what we have been shown and to remember that we are loved and supported. Fergus, please close the door until next time. Please like, share, and subscribe, Seeker, and visit BrookeReadsTarot.com to book a session of your own. Make it a good week, and remember, you are never obligated to stay where someone tried to put you. Till next week.